Hey guys, it's Jack from Atlantis Water Gardens. Welcome back to Maplewood, New Jersey. We are building this epic fountainscape stream waterfall, 1,500 gallon reservoir. It's gonna be amazing. We are finishing this thing today. I promise you, you stay till the end, you're gonna see this water feature run. By the way, you know the drill. If you haven't seen how we got to this point, click on the link, watch it, get up to speed. We're rolling. We're just about to put together our overlap from the upper stream into the reservoir. If you guys didn't see that, it is on the last video. We can go over that. Once that happens, we can finish our rock work from the reservoir up into meeting the stream section. So there's gonna be about 2 to 3 more cascades coming through here. We really wanna get this thing twisting and turning in this space to give it a lot of interest. Because from the top up in the office there, all the way down to the bedrooms and the family room, you're gonna look out and see this water going away from you. So we wanna get some turns going in here so it looks a bit more interesting. And then down from the bottom, there will be a future patio here. You'll see a beautiful set of waterfalls coming off that stream section down into here, finishing in our 1,500 gallon reservoir. And of course, the centerpiece of this entire water feature is that fountainscape. How cool is that? With all those straight sections of stacked slate walls. We got 3 bowls up there. They're all gonna be spilling water onto each other and into this pool area. If you guys didn't see how we built all that, I'm telling you, go back and watch it. This was an undertaking to make that happen. I am pumped about this one. I'm really hoping all that plumbing is gonna do what we're thinking it's gonna do. I mean, there's a good chance it's gonna, right? Let's build some waterfalls and get this thing finished today. Let me show you some of what goes into setting some of these waterfalls and considering what's behind it. So this is going to be a frame rock for the waterfall that comes in off of the stream. The stream is back here. This is our elevation. I want to make sure that this rock is not going to be too high above the stream unless it calls for it. But in this situation, I want to keep it low because when I set this, our stream height is maybe 4 or 5 inches below that. I can bring a big flat rock in behind this and tie it in to what's behind it. Then from there, I'm going to take and put some sort of weir stone in the middle where the waterfall can fall off. I want that weir stone to be about 1.5 inches higher than what my stream level is. This way, when I actually put my gravel in, it can lock in down below the stone and it doesn't have that humped up gravel look before it goes off the waterfall. So what we'll do is we're going to get this big frame rock nice and leveled up. We'll use some gravel underneath it to prop it exactly where we need it. And then from there, we'll go ahead and find either our other frame rock that's going to be on the left side or the waterfall stone. One of the two I could work with. If I put the frame rock in first, then I've got to fit that weir stone to make sure it works in between those two. But if I can find the actual weir stone and put that in first and get it leveled up and sturdy, I can then just find a frame that's going to work in front of it. I like to put my waterfalls in behind the frame. This way it looks like a rock might have fallen and lodged in behind, causing the water to go over the top of it. Again, achieving that natural style look. Then from there, once this is all set, we'll start setting our flat stones inside the stream to keep with the theme of what's behind it. Yeah, so that's like waterfall building in a nutshell. Today was day 6 on this project and we just have 1 day left to complete this. All of our rock work is pretty much in. We may have like 3 or 4 more large rocks to set up here in the stream. Waterfalls are formed out. I had mentioned earlier about bibbing. I left this kind of half and half so you can see what it looks like. Behind these rocks, we backfill with gravel because when you do the excavation, there's big voids behind it because the rock doesn't fit exactly to the excavation. So we fill it up with gravel, get it leveled off behind the rock, and then we've got to make it so the water actually comes into this area, pools up, and goes over the waterfall. And we do that by doing a bib. This entire gravel area will get foam. So we'll foam all along the edges, and then we'll go back and forth and cover the entire thing in foam. And then we'll put a layer of fabric on top of the foam. So there's foam underneath this. Right now it's rock hard. The fabric binds the foam, makes it super strong. And now this part of that pooling area is a waterproof. If water went on here, it would actually pool up and then go over if this wasn't wide open like it is now. This will get finished up tomorrow, making this entire area waterproof. We've got other spots to do, like big areas like this has to get done. We've got spots that are behind a rock here. Same thing, we'll do that bibbing. That just gives us the freedom to use the gravel, put the rocks exactly where we want them, and then just bib them up and use the foam and the fabric, making it so we can create our waterfalls. Our entire rock outcropping that flanks the right side of our stacked slate walls is finished. It's gonna get filled in with some soil. There's gonna be all kinds of planting in and around these boulders, helping to naturalize it. And Boley's been working on getting the liriope and myrtle inside the walls and behind the walls. We're following the outline of these walls, keeping that formal shape with the plants all the way along the backside, and it's mirrored down here in this planter box. You can kind of get a feel for what that's gonna look like. I just love it. I love how it's all lined out with all that greenery. That is gonna be draping right down the front of these walls, giving it a really cool, like living wall effect with those beautiful bowls spilling from all different directions, and we've got the water bubbling out of the walls on either side of it. Stick around, we got one more day to finish this up. See you guys in the morning.
This week's trivia question. Earlier in the video, or for those of you who are loyal fans, in the first part of the build, Jack mentioned how many gallons of water will be in the water feature. Who can remember? Drop your answers in the comments below.
So we moved to New Jersey, Maplewood specifically, in 2018 for both of our work, and we looked at 88 houses before settling on this property. Because it had a lot of land that we could really have a great vision for. My dad's a landscape contractor, and so he had actually done the initial landscape plan for us, and it included a water feature.
Yeah, and 88, I think it was 84, but it was somewhere in that neighborhood. But it was around somewhere that we could have both the property, we could have a house that actually had character, we could bring all that together, and a water feature was part of that. It was much smaller though.
It was. So it was one that actually my father and I installed together in 2008. It was nothing as grand as this. But the sound of running water had been part of our daily existence for so long that when he was helping us put together the landscape plan for this house, we knew that that was something that we really wanted to include. And we then were looking for a way that we could meld really the very unique qualities of the house and bring that together with the yard, and really how we could incorporate and unify the entire landscape with the fountain itself.
So yeah, it was to tell you just even how important it was to have those inside views. We reframed the windows so that they were the right height for me. So in my office that I could look out.
Yeah.
And then one of the first things we talked to you about was, again, yes, how do I see it from the kitchen? How do I see it from our bedroom? How do I see it from my office? And one thing we were thinking, your design was very different than what we were originally thinking, because we were thinking much smaller, much closer to the house. And to your point, that was not going to meet that requirement of being able to see it from all those different vantage points. And then when you showed up, we actually took you up there and said, hey, you have to make sure that even looking down on it, that everything is hidden and positioned just so. We were in Vermont, I don't know, a month ago, and some friends had rented a cabin on a river, and it was like, oh, this is what it sounds like to be on a river. I mean, it's the same feeling, but it also makes you feel like a kid again to be able to hop from stone to stone to stone and actually walk, up the river. So awesome. It's both of those things.